Krishan's sister. And people ask me, do I think I can beat her in a fight? I said, do I think or do I know? She needs to be checking her fans and not checking me or trying to clock my teeth. Talking about if she used to like me. Girl, you never came to a fight. You never said congrats on a motherfucking world championship. You never mentioned me in a good light. So no, you did not ever like me. And that doesn't matter to me. But to sit here and say you can whoop some ass and you out here popping pills.
On Twitter and put up on Twitter and gonna say, I fight Tesehki Ivory. One thing about me, you'll fight me, but I'm gonna train the same way you gonna train. And I will beat the fuck out of her. Fuck what you talking about? Yes, if I train and didn't smoke and drink, cause what she got so amped up off of is from drugs and alcohol. Like, no training. This is just natural. Bitch, you train every day. Bitch, you can't do a fight without training, ho. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me do your training you doing and let me not be off that weed and poppers. Bitch, I'm the motherfucking champion around this bitch.
Tesehki has never shied away from confrontation, and her showdown with Claressa Shields was no exception. While Claressa may have thought she had reached the lowest point in their rivalry, Tesehki went a step further, embarrassing her by getting close to Papoose and showcasing it online. This move has left Claressa enraged, vowing to confront Tesehki if they happen to meet in public. But Tesehki shows no fear. She has openly declared that she's naturally a trained fighter and claims that if she ever trained in a gym like Claressa, no woman could challenge her. According to the Batty Star, Claressa was the one who sparked the conflict by calling her out first. Now, with the feud seemingly resolved and Tesehki clearly on top, Claressa is portraying herself as the victim, looking for sympathy, while Tesehki stays self-assured and unaffected by the drama.
Lady, I remember the first time you called me out. I remember. You called me and Ivory out. You was like, ain't no street bitch beating me up. That's what she said. She's like, she had 100K. She was like, I got 100K for either Tesehki or Ivory. And then the hashtag was like, ain't no street bitch beating me up. Coming down, and I've seen it. I was like, who the fuck is this nigga?
Looking back nearly a year, it's obvious that Tesehki wasn't exaggerating when she said Claressa started this whole situation. Out of nowhere, Claressa announced she was offering $10,000 to any street fighter or boxer who could defeat her. It didn't matter where someone was from, city, state, or even country. If you wanted a shot, she was ready to face you in the ring. That's a serious sum of money. Almost immediately after the post went live, people began tagging Tesehki in the comments, suggesting she was the one capable of taking up the challenge. Tesehki has a naturally aggressive streak. One moment she's joking and laughing with you, the next she's throwing punches that could make you regret ever stepping in her way. Honestly, most people wouldn't dare challenge her. But a fight between Claressa and Tesehki? That's exactly the kind of showdown fans would pay big money to watch. Later, during an appearance on Pop the Balloon, Claressa was asked about her post. She insisted that Tesehki could never match her, claiming no one on Baddies trained or lived like she did, making it clear that in her eyes, she was untouchable.
Sister, she can't be beating me no fight. Come on now, let's be logical.
I know she can't beat you, but I'm tired of folks saying that she can beat you. I know they can't. Like, I'd be like, man, that girl is a trained fighter.
I appreciate that. But you know what? I got a lot of respect for Tesehki and Krishan. If Tesehki ever wanted to do it, I would do it. But
I know your win, though.
She beating those girls up on Baddies. Them girls ain't
no
trained.
Yeah.
They got body work.
I know going.
Yeah, it's different.
Tesehki saw.
Only way Claressa would be able to fight me is if I were to be a professional fucking fighter. If I go and train the same amount of time that she trained, and then I would get in the paint and beat the fuck out of whoever.
Claressa really doesn't need to be involved in this kind of drama. As a professional boxer training for the Olympics, her focus should be on sharpening her skills and climbing to the top. Instead, she's getting wrapped up in avoidable conflicts. When Tesehki chose to confront her, she went all in without holding anything back. On Jason Lee's platform, Tesehki called Claressa out once more and made it clear she was ready to go all the way.
Went on Twitter and put up on Twitter and gonna say, I fight Tesehki Ivory. One thing about me, you'll fight me, but I'm gonna train the same way you gonna train. I will beat. Fuck
Claressa?
Yes, if I train and didn't smoke and drink, cause what she got so amped up off of is from drugs and alcohol. Like, no training. This is just natural. Train every day. You can't do a fight without training, ho. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me do your training you doing and let me not be off that weed and poppers. I'm the champion around this bitch.
It looked like Tesehki had been harboring resentment toward Claressa because of her remarks. She thought Claressa was just making petty digs to stay in the spotlight, knowing that no street fighter could realistically compete with a professionally trained boxer. While most of Claressa's matches end quickly, Tesehki was confident that with the right preparation, she could take control and overpower her without much trouble.
I'm a natural trained killer. Natural born trained killer. So if I really went and trained and sparring, because I think I'm gonna do some sparring. I've never in my life did sparring. I wanna do it. I wanna do some sparring. Because like all the sparring that you guys see me doing on baddies and the fights that people see me do when I was a child, that all was just natural. So I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get me some professional training. Then we go see what's going on.
I'm gonna make another poll. Again. I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna put, who do you think I should fight? Who do you think will give me a better fight out of these two women here? And I'm gonna put me in the middle. I'm gonna put me in the middle, and I'm gonna put Krishan's sister on one side, and I'm probably gonna put Ivory on the other side, or I'm gonna put Krishan's sister on one side and put Dolly on the other, and I'll let the fans decide.
Let's be honest, Claressa was clearly overdoing it at this point. Fans began criticizing her behavior, but instead of letting it slide, she defended herself. She argued that her actions were just a response to Tesehki constantly throwing insults her way, and she wasn't going to leave them unanswered. Tesehki might not actually step into the ring with Claressa, but she's certainly stubborn enough to hold a grudge. What happened next caught everyone off guard. A few days ago, Tesehki shared a photo online featuring none other than Papoose, the same man Claressa is publicly dating and nearly fought Remy over. The caption read, "Ciao, your ninja know who the champ is." Fans were stunned, interpreting it as Tesehki staking a claim. Even though it was just a picture, the message was clear. Tesehki wasn't afraid to send a warning to Claressa that she could step in if she wanted. Claressa, predictably, was furious behind the scenes. She hated how exposed Tesehki had made her look publicly. Almost immediately, she posted her own picture with Papoose, writing, "Good morning to my man and my man only," making it clear that her relationship was still intact and Tesehki's post had no effect. But Claressa didn't stop there. She continued posting, challenging people to face Tesehki and throwing digs online. Fans quickly noticed that she was losing her composure. Many urged her to drop the feud and focus on her career instead. The big question on everyone's mind was, why is a professional boxer getting caught up in petty drama with Tesehki? It started to seem like Claressa was doing it more for attention than for anything else. There's also the part about her briefly getting involved with someone else's husband, which many saw as just another attempt to stay in the public eye. Here's the reality. Tesehki is a street fighter with natural talent. If she ever committed to serious training, she could potentially overpower Claressa, despite Claressa being a professionally trained boxer. Fans have found it both shocking and entertaining to watch Claressa get jealous and flustered over Tesehki's moves. Even with all her professional training, Claressa's pride and ego have clearly led her to act impulsively, while Tesehki seems to be playing a smarter game, letting her actions do the talking. The big question remains, could Tesehki really hold her own against Claressa if she trained properly? It's a fascinating debate, and fans have been weighing in non-stop. Whatever unfolds next, one thing is certain. This feud is far from finished. To keep up with all the latest twists, make sure to follow along. There's plenty more drama ahead, and you won't want to miss it.